Good morning, boot camp team members. I'm coming to you very casually today. I was just getting ready to go out on a walk, and I saw a message from Evangeline who asked me to jump on here and share with you how I have been sharing the business opportunity in my classes for the last, not for the last year, maybe not quite a year. So for those of you that don't know me, I am very yellow. Money does not speak to me. Money is actually a turnoff to me unless you talk to me about money in terms of how I can use it to bless other people. So for the longest time, I taught actually without even sharing that I was a distributor. But then when I did start sharing that I was a distributor, it took me a long time before I started sharing the business opportunity. And then I had been sharing the business opportunity now for a while, but this past spring, I really found a strategy that works for me, that works really well, and that is a really easy close for the end of classes. So Evangeline asked me to share it with you, so that's why I'm here. The way that I discovered this is I had some team members that were hosting a Super Saturday, an all-day event with lots of classes on Saturday. They said, Bobby, you have 15 minutes, and we would like you to just do the close, like try to get people to buy kits. And I was kind of panicked because it's like, normally during a class, that's the hardest part, but you have time to build rapport. This one, I was only doing the close. I had 15 minutes, and I had to figure out a way to build rapport while closing. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up using the Good, Better, Best strategy from the Essential Sharing book by Vicki Opfer. If you don't have this, it's a great resource. But she talks about good, better, best. Oh, I'm so sorry. My phone is ringing. Hold on one second. I did not know that the phone was in here. I thought it was out in the other room, and it's ringing. So sorry. It should stop here in a minute. Okay, so I think it stopped. So the good, better, best, and what the good, better, best strategy is there's a good way to sign up, and the good way is by being a customer. So maybe when I was speaking today, you heard me talk about the talc that's in eye makeup, and that really caught your attention, and you're just interested in getting some eye makeup. Then being a customer would be a good option for you. These are the benefits of it. So that's good. And then we share best. The best way to get started, and the way most people get started in Young Living, is by purchasing a kit. And so I came up with fun names for the kit, like the Toxic Free Living Kit, and I have like a fancy makeup name for the kit, and I have the different kits. And I said, a better way to purchase your Young Living supplies is by starting with a kit. Some people realize that they need to take their hand off the stove. So a little background on what that means is, you'll hear me say it a lot, is one of the things that I've discovered is that you can treat, let's say you had burnt your hand, you can treat it with whatever the doctor gives you, but if you don't take your hand off the stove, you're never going to get well. And so we have to take our hand off the stove, and a lot of times that toxins are that stove. And so that's kind of woven all through my basics class. And so when I'm sharing the better, which is purchasing the kits, I will say some people realize that they need to take their hand off the stove, and for them, they start with this kit. Some people realize that they've been starving their bodies, and for them, they start with the Ningxia Red kit. Some people, and actually the way most people start, probably like 98% of my team, start with the essential oil kit. It's kind of the icing on the cake. It's got an oil that's great for just about everything. It's going to help you save money. We go on that a little bit. So the better is the kits. Now the best way to purchase your Young Living products is on Essential Rewards, because that's where it's going to make a big difference. And so then I talk about the benefits of Essential Rewards and how it's a lifestyle. And actually, I'm going to rewind. I'm sorry, I jumped on here without much planning. But anyway, I want to go back to the better. After I introduce all the kits, I actually say, and there's some people that realize that their body's worth it, that depending on my audience, I might say that their body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and it's worth treating it that way. And they start with all 4 kits. Now, the best way to get started is with Essential Rewards. And then I explain the Essential Rewards program. I talk to people about my favorite ways when people start with the oil kit and then they add on Ningxia Red and Thieves Cleaner, the benefits of that. But I feel like I'd be leaving something out if I didn't share the ultimate. Do you guys want to know the ultimate? And so then everyone's kind of on their seats like, yeah, what's the ultimate? And so then I flip it and I say, the ultimate is to share. You see, there's people out there, and I kind of point outside, that are praying for answers. They're uncomfortable. They're tired. Some people are miserable. They're praying for answers, and they don't realize that their hand's on the stove. And so for me, that gives me a passion to get out there and to share. And when we do that, Young Living gives us a thank you check. So, and you can share this. I'm going to tell you a little story that I often share at the end of my classes, and you can use this. So in my big classes, I do a demonstration. And what I do for this demonstration is I say, how many people here currently use Young Living essential oils? And they raise their hand. And I say, okay, now everybody look around. Who here would not go a week without your products? And usually somebody shouts out, I wouldn't go a day, which is why I say a week, because I want them to say a day. And so those same hands go up, and I make sure that people look and see that. And then I say, so who here randomly stumbled on Young Living? Just randomly, like it can't be somebody posted something on Facebook or you had a friend talking to you. It has to be completely random, stumbled on Young Living. And very rarely do I have many people that's how they discovered Young Living. So you might have one or two hands go up, but not very many. And then I say, so who here is currently using Young Living products because somebody cared enough to share them with you? And those hands go up again, and I say, look around. Look around. So if you or I wouldn't go a day or a week without these products, and the only way in most cases that people are going to hear about them is because somebody cared enough to share it, then for me, that gives me a moral obligation to get out there and share. So in my small classes, I just tell people what happens in the big classes, and then I go on to talk about the people out there that are praying that don't realize their hands are on the stove. So that is how I introduce the business during my classes. And believe it or not, I used to leave it out. In the last, not quite a year, I have been doing this good, better, best, ultimate, and the response has been phenomenal. Almost every time I share that ultimate part, people are in tears, even people who aren't yet in Young Living. So the yellows can be very good business builders, but the way to get them good business builders is to tap into, you got to get their heart stirring. And when you share the moral obligation, it's going to stir their hearts. Because I tell you, in a class, the reds are going to want you to tell, they're going to want you to tell them about the income potential. And the yellows might not, but if you stir their hearts, they'll be on board. And the last thing I wanted to say about that is when I share those, not everybody, obviously not everyone decides to do the business, but it's interesting because some people, I believe, that were kind of on the fence about whether or not they should order it at all. When they hear me share the ultimate and they hear the passion in my voice and they hear my heart, they realize how important that I believe this message is, and that it's not just about making a dollar, and it's not just about doing this as a business. It's literally about changing their lives, and that I can't not share, because it would be rude not to share something that changes your life. And that includes both the business and the product. So just wanted to jump on here and share that with you. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea, but it's taken the essential sharing, good, better, best strategy, taking it to a new level and adding the ultimate, which is that moral obligation to share so that we can change lives. So just an idea. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy boot camp. I can't believe that we have 2 days left, today and tomorrow. It's gone fast. So I am going to be praying for everyone in Operation Boot Camp. that this just propels your business, and there's amazing testimonies that come out of this, both from a business standpoint and from a health standpoint for people. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there, but have a great day.